Okay, guys, it says that we are live now. If you can hear me or see me, can you give me a yes or a thumbs up or anything, just so that I know I'm coming through. I see you, Azel. Can y'all hear me? Yes, okay, very good. Excellent, very good. So what we're going to do some very simple, easy, and hopefully fun exercises this morning that are geared entirely towards getting our energy moving. We're going to start off with just a couple of Qigong movements, exercises. And for those of you who weren't on the live stream last night, let me explain really quick what Qigong is. It's very similar to Tai Chi, like the way the movements look can be very similar to Tai Chi, but the difference is Tai Chi has self-defense applications. There are really no self-defense applications to the movements of Qigong. It is all entirely about moving energy, pretty much exactly like we're doing when we do the middle pillar. You know, a lot of people, whenever they just start doing these Eastern practices like this, like Qigong, it takes them a long time, sometimes years, before they can actually start to feel the movement of the energy. If you've been doing the middle pillar on a regular basis and have gotten to the point where you're not just visualizing anymore, but you can feel when something is happening, that you're perceptive to it, you are going to have a major leg up in the amount of time it takes you to feel this stuff. If you've been doing the middle pillar for, say a couple of years, then you should be able to start feeling this stuff right off the bat. And after that, we're just going to do a couple of kicks, a couple of fun, easy kicks. The reason we are focusing on these, we're going to do front kicks and jumping front kicks. The reason that we're focusing on this, like what Qigong is, going back to that for just a second, it is an aspect of Chinese alchemy is what it is. You know, when we're talking about alchemy, whether it's the Western traditions or the Eastern traditions, part of what we are aiming at accomplishing is spiritual immortality, creating an energetic vehicle that houses the consciousness after the death of the physical body. Well, a huge part of that has to do with keeping your energy moving, keeping it circulating. That's what you're doing when you're doing the middle pillar. You're circulating your energy. So the thing about Qigong is you're doing it exactly the same way, only there are a million more different ways of circulating the energy. We were talking last night about how the difference between something that's alive and something that's dead is movement. There is movement in life, whether it's the movement of your heart beating or your lungs inflating or deflating, or whether it's the movement of your physical body. Whatever it is, if something is alive, there is going to be some kind of movement within it. If something is dead, it's lacking movement. That's why we want to keep moving. We want to keep our energy moving. A lot of the process of like crystallizing the aura, of attaining spiritual immortality that we're searching for, that we're trying to accomplish in all of these traditions, is movement. Like most people, after the physical body dies, once your physical body stops moving, they don't know how to move energy. They've never worked on this in their lifetime. We want to work on it while we're still alive. So we're going to do 3 very easy, 2, maybe 3. We'll see how y'all like it, how things go. 2, maybe 3 very easy Qigong exercises, and then we're going to move to the kicking. The reason for the kicking, we were talking about last night, once again, in Chinese alchemy, which is what Taoism is, they say that as we start to age and die, the first thing that goes is our legs. The first part of our body that starts to age is our legs. And you see this in people as they lose mobility below the waist as they get older. The thing is, it's really not age, like your chronological age. People think that just because you age chronologically, that you have to become more decrepit with age. That is not true at all. Look at Chuck Norris. Chuck Norris is in his 80s. He still trains every day. Look at Willie Nelson. Do you know Willie Nelson has a black belt in Taekwondo, and he also practices Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu? Willie Nelson is in his 90s still doing this. It has nothing to do with chronological age. It's the fact that people stop using parts, exactly as Azel says, if you don't use it, you lose it. Exactly. And the first place we start to lose it is in our legs. The reason for that is because we use our arms all the time. You know, look, I'm using my arms right now whenever I'm talking. I'm moving it around in a circle. I'm exercising my wrist. I'm getting movement going in my shoulder. And this is just sitting here having a conversation. That's not the case with our legs. Like more people become more and more sedentary a lot of times as they age. Not only, you know, when we're walking, the only thing we're doing is moving back and forth, you know, frontwards and backwards, which is good. You know, that's something. It's getting energy flowing. It is. You should take at least a short walk every day. But we also, to the best of our ability, want to use like all the different muscles and stuff in our legs. So that's pretty much what we're going to be doing this morning. Not going to be a long video. We'll work on it for maybe 30 minutes, 45 max. And you can go back and watch this again later. It's going to be really easy to remember stuff. The other thing I was talking about last night is how a lot of times people like hide behind magic. What I mean by that is like what we're supposed to be doing when we are practicing alchemy, which is what ceremonial magic is. Ceremonial magic is putting yourself through the alchemical process. A lot of people don't realize that what we are trying to do is reach our highest possible potential in every way, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. We are trying to strengthen, refine, and purify ourselves on all of these different levels. But people will neglect all of those things and just focus on, you know, burning candles or, you know, doing rituals or praying to this or that or, you know, whatever it is, without realizing that you are completely and absolutely neglecting the vast majority of your being. We're supposed to be working on all of this. We're supposed to be, you know, keeping our physical body alive and moving. Even if you take away things like age, I forgot where I was going with that. Oh, yeah. Even if you take away things like preventing aging, you still want to. The thing about it goes beyond preventing aging, because if the energy in your body, if your chi is not flowing, if there's blockages, if there's stagnation within you, and all you're interested in is the ritual aspect of this stuff, then it's going to affect that. Your ritual work, your energy work is going to be a lot weaker because the energy within your body is stagnant and blocked. The more it's free flowing, the more effect you're going to get out of the ritual stuff. So this is all incredibly important. We're working on, just when we do these exercises, we're working on our mind, because we're not thinking about all kinds of other things while we're doing this. We're focused here on what we're doing on our physical body. We are working on our bodies because we're getting them moving. This is not going to be very strenuous. We're just getting them moving in different ways so that chi can start to flow into parts of our body, into muscles, into joints, into ligaments that we tend to neglect. So you're doing earth work, you're doing air work. And also what happens over time is you find yourself like reaching greater states of emotional maturity. What I mean by that is you're going to be a lot slower to anger. Like usually there's always exceptions to every rule, but the more people train in traditional martial arts, the more emotional restraint they tend to show. People who can't fight are a lot more prone to wanting to fight than people who actually can. Usually, if you've gone through this kind of training, you are going to be a lot better at like not losing your temper, stuff like that. And the reason for that is because you're reaching greater states of emotional maturity. So we're working on our entire self. This is alchemy, what we are doing. This is physical alchemy. So I think that's all I wanted to say. That's all I wanted to cover before we get started. So let's get started. So the first thing we're going to do, try to get back where you can see my whole body, but you can also hear me. You tilt this down just a tiny bit. So the first thing we're going to start doing is just trying to loosen our hips up. Our hips are one of the parts where we start to age first, which is why a lot of people as they get older have so many hip problems, like arthritis and people haven't had hip replacements and all that kind of stuff. So all we're going to do to get energy flowing into our chi is get chi flowing into our hips, is you're just going to raise your leg and rotate it out to the side and put your foot down. Raise your leg. We'll start with one leg. Let's start with the right leg. Raise it, rotate it out, put your foot down. Do it 5 times. Just try to do it as smoothly and as continuously as possible. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And do the other side, exact same way. You always want to maintain balance. You know, that union of opposites thing. Do whatever you do on one side, do on the other side, the exact same amount, exact same level of strenuousness, all of that. So 5 more, other leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I would recommend doing this at least 3 times a day. You'll notice as you go through the day, the morning is going to be the time when you're the stiffest because we accumulate gunk in our joints as we're sleeping. The middle of the day, do it again 5 times. You can do it 10 times. You're going to be a little looser. When you do it at the end of the day, it will help you sleep better. You're getting that energy moving, busting through, stagnant blockages in your body, so it's going to help you sleep better. But you'll find that when you do it the last time in the day, you're going to be a lot looser than you were in the morning. Same for all of this stuff. Like even when we get to the kicks, this is something my instructor told me, do this 3 times a day and you'll be amazed in a couple of months at the difference. Now let's do the Qigong exercises. First, I'm going to explain to you what we're doing. The movements, all you have to do, like whenever I learned this one, the person teaching it to me called it the waterfall, because it's almost like there is a waterfall in front of you and you're just running your hands through it like this. So it's almost like there's a waterfall running in front of you and you're just touching the water and letting your hands run down with the water. So that's the physical movement. See it from the side. That's the entire physical gesture. Anybody that can move their arms, move their hands can do this. But what you're visualizing, what you're doing internally while you're doing this is you are going to use your breath and you are going to visualize. You know how when we do the middle pillar, the first thing you do when you start circulating the light in the middle pillar, as you inhale, you see the light go down your left side from the top of your head down to the bottom of your feet. And as you inhale, you see the light come up your right side from the bottom of your feet to the top of your head. So you're circulating the energy in this egg shape around yourself. That's the first move. Second move is you then start circulating it this way. You inhale. As you exhale, you see the energy go down the front of your aura, like you're standing in an egg-shaped dome of energy. You exhale and it goes down the front. You inhale and it comes up the back. Exhale down the front. Inhale up the back. Well, what you're doing, what you're visualizing whenever you're doing this is that you are spinning your aura. Just the same way as it's spinning, as you're circulating that light, you're doing the same thing. You're circulating the light when you do this. Imagine yourself as almost like a hamster in one of those hamster wheels. You ever see those plastic wheels? You can put like hamsters or gerbils in them and put them on the floor and they run in these things and the ball rolls around. Picture your energy system, your aura, your body of light as almost exactly the same thing. What you're doing first, you're going to inhale and fill the earth with light. The same way whenever you're getting ready to do the rituals, how you inhale and fill the earth with light, you're going to do the same thing when you do this. You're going to inhale, fill the earth with light, and as you exhale, you're letting that light come out your hands as you're spinning your aura. Every time you inhale, you're pulling in light. Every time you exhale, you're releasing it through your hands, seeing it move faster, seeing it shine brighter, and knowing that you're making it more dense and putting more and more energy into it. So get ready. We're going to go through this 5 times. Inhale and fill the earth with light. Hold. Begin to move your hands. See and try to feel your aura. As you exhale and let that light come back up through your body, out through your hands, and into your aura. Try to feel it rotating. Try to see it glowing brighter. Inhale again and fill the earth with light. Hold it. Exhale. See yourself releasing that light. It's coming back up through your body, out through your hands, into your aura, which is spinning even faster, glowing even more brightly. Inhale, fill the earth with light. Hold it. Exhale, see the light come back up through you, into the body of light that surrounds you, which is becoming even brighter, circulating even faster. Try to feel it. Also, as you're doing this over time, you should start to feel a little burning in your shoulders. This is a little bit of an arm workout, a little arm exercise. It's causing the chi to flow into your body. Even as you're doing the aura work, the energy body work, just when you feel that burning, what that also means is you've got chi going to that part of your body. Inhale again, fill the earth with light. Hold. Exhale. Shining brighter, spinning faster. Inhale and fill the earth with light. Hold. Exhale. Shining brighter, spinning faster. One more time. Inhale, fill the earth with light. Hold. Exhale. Spinning faster, shining brighter. It's the first exercise. You're going to want to do this 3 times a day. You'll notice once you get the hang of this and you actually get the energy moving, like if you're feeling sluggish that day, you're feeling tired, or if you've been sitting at a desk all day and you just feel, you know, that cramped up, stove up feeling you feel when you sit in a very sedentary place for a long period of time. If you get up and do this for a couple of minutes, you're going to notice you feel a lot better. Like you feel refreshed, you feel rejuvenated. That's the first exercise. The second one is going to be slightly more complicated. Not the physical movements. The physical movement is the very first movement that you'll see in like a lot of kung fu forms, which is you'll see people do this. What we're doing, that's the physical movement. That's the totality of it. Not a great deal of athletic ability required for this. You're going up, you're coming down. And you're going to leave a little bit of space between your hands, just 2 or 3 inches. And that's the same reason, like in, you'll see like a lot of Japanese businessmen that are completely tattooed from their neck to their ankles. They'll leave an empty space running right through the center line of the body. That's so that it doesn't block the energy flow. They want the chi to keep moving down that center line of the body. What we're doing, think of it almost as like instead of circulating the energy one way around and up, we're doing it 2 ways simultaneously. So what you're doing, as you inhale, you are pulling light up both sides of your aura simultaneously, both up the right and up the left. When you reach here, as you exhale, you are pushing it down through the top of your head, back out the bottom of your feet. Inhale and pull up. Exhale, and it goes down through you and out the bottom of your feet. So it's almost like you're creating 2 circles of energy at one time. Instead of circulating the energy through the entirety of your aura, you're doing it through 2 halves. So it's almost like your energy system is composed of 2 circles. And exactly that, when you're moving your arms like this, that's exactly what the energy is doing. So we're going to do this one 5 times. Arms at your side. Inhale, and see yourself pulling that light up the sides of your aura. Hold. Exhale, and see that light go down through the top of your head, down through the center line of your body, out the bottoms of your feet. Inhale, and pull it back up the sides of your aura until it reaches above your head. Hold, exhale, and see the light go down through the center of your body and back out through the bottom of your feet. Inhale, see the light come up both sides of your aura until it reaches the top of your head. Exhale, down through the center of the body and out the bottom of the feet. Inhale, up the sides, above your head. Hold, exhale, down through the center of your body, out the bottom of your feet. One more time. Inhale, bring it up, hold, bring it down. And even after you stop, try to see and feel the energy continuing to circulate. Know that as you go about your day, it's going to keep moving in the same way. All right, we'll do one more. This one is slightly more complicated, but it's actually my favorite one because this ties into what you're doing when you're circumambulating the temple. You know how after you do like your hexagram or your pentagram rituals or whatever, you're going to start in the eastern part of your circle and you're walking around your circle. And when you get back to the east, you're going to inhale and fill the earth with light. Step forward, and you're going to release that light into the circle, and it's going to follow the path that you traced around you. So it's swirling around you like a tornado. You're going to walk back around the circle again. And when you get to the east, inhale, fill the earth with light. Hold, thrust your hands forward, and see that tornado of light that you've created around you glowing even brighter and spinning even faster. And you know how whenever we do this during ritual work, we may do it 100 times, trying to make it spin as fast as we can make it spin, glow as brightly and as densely as we can make it glow. And then after we've done it, we're standing there in the middle of it with this tornado of energy swirling around us, and we either collapse it all into a glass of water or into a talisman or even into our body. This is basically the same visualization you're using for this third exercise. You are creating a tornado of energy around yourself. So you're going to start by inhaling and filling the earth with light, and then you're just going to take one hand. We're going to start with our right hand, and you're going to start moving it like this. Right at about your belly button level. This is what they call your hara, one of the energy centers that you use a lot of times in the Eastern practices. You're moving your hand in a circular motion. But while you're doing this, you're visualizing that light you just inhaled is coming back up through you, out your hand, and into this tornado of energy that is spinning around you. First, we're doing it this way with our right hand in a clockwise rotation, and you're just seeing that light spin around you. Inhale again, fill the earth with light, and you bring your hand up a little bit, maybe about chest level. You keep rotating it while you release that light as you inhale into this tornado of energy. And I'll go through this with you in just a second. I'm just explaining it the first time. Inhale again. As you exhale, release that light and come up to about throat level. You're just moving your hand like this. Throat level, releasing all of that light into the tornado of energy around you. Again, what this exercise is called is drawing in the stars. So the next one, you're going to inhale, fill the earth with light, and you're going to bring your hand up to about your head level. And release that light into the tornado that's spinning around you, seeing it spin even faster, glowing even brighter. Then you're going to inhale, fill the earth with light, hold, and as you exhale, reach up even more and see that tornado of light go all the way up to the stars. Reaching up to the stars, there is a vortex of energy spinning around you that you're directing with your hand that reaches all the way up to the stars, and you begin to draw in the energy of the stars. You see that energy of the stars, see the light of the stars pulled into this tornado of energy that's spinning around you. And when you see that light of the stars drawn in, you begin to bring your hand down. Bring it down to head level. And you see the light of the stars combined with that energy tornado around you, made of chi, spinning all around you. Bring it down to chest level. Seeing the stars, seeing the tornado of light glowing even brighter. Bring it back down to stomach level, about where your belly button is. Seeing it glowing, shining, spinning all around you. And then you pull it in and put it all into your hara. about 2 fingers below your belly button. You pull all of that energy in and see it completely fill the space up. Think of it as like when we do the middle pillar, you know how you see that golden sphere of energy glowing right in the middle of your chest or Tippereth? Picture that, but picture it here. When you're putting all this energy in, see it glow even brighter, knowing and trying to feel. The more you do this, the more you're going to be able to feel it. Feeling that you're putting the energy of the stars inside of your heart. And you're going to do the exact same thing, but with this hand. You're going to start circulating with the left hand. And we're going to go through the same process. Let's go through it. Close your eyes. Inhale and feel the earth with light beneath your feet. Hold and begin moving your right hand in a clockwise formation at about belly button level around you as you release that light that you just inhaled into this vortex of energy. Inhale again and fill the earth with light. Hold and bring your hand up to about chest level. As you exhale, releasing all of that light into the tornado around you. Seeing it shining even more brightly, seeing it spinning even more quickly. Inhale and fill the earth with light. Hold. And as you bring your hand up to about throat level, you exhale, seeing that light come back up through your body, out your hand, and into this tornado, this vortex of energy spinning around you. Inhale again and fill the earth with light. Hold. Bring your hand up to about the level of your forehead. And again, exhale, letting the light go into the tornado of energy, shining brighter, spinning even more quickly. Inhale and fill the earth with light beneath your feet. Hold and raise your hand above your head, circulating. See that vortex of energy you've created go all the way up to the stars, all the way up to the heavens. And you can almost feel with your hand like you're grabbing the energy of the stars and pulling it into this vortex, this tornado. See that brightness pulled in. Inhale, feel the earth with light. Hold, release the light back through your hand as you bring your hand back down to forehead level. See the vortex of energy spinning around you more brightly, spinning more quickly. Inhale, fill the earth with light. Hold, bring your hand back down to chest level. As you exhale, releasing that light into the vortex or tornado of energy around you. Inhale, filling the earth with light. Hold, bring your hand back down to the level of your hara, about 2 finger widths below your belly button. Exhale as you're releasing that energy into the tornado. Now see that tornado around you. Inhale and pull it all into your hara. Inhale. See your hara glowing brilliantly, brightly, just like the Tippereth Center, at 2 inches below your navel. And you kind of rub your hand around like you're sealing it in. Let's do the same thing with our left hand. Inhale, fill the earth with light. Hold, begin circulating. Release the light, creating the vortex of energy. Inhale, filling the earth with light. Hold. Exhale, bringing the hand up to the chest, releasing the energy. Seeing the tornado glow even more brightly, spinning even more quickly. Inhale, fill the earth with light. Hold. Hand comes up to neck level. Exhale, releasing the light into the tornado. Inhale, filling the earth with light. Hold, bring your hand up to forehead level. As you exhale, release the energy into the tornado of light, seeing it glow brighter, spinning more quickly. Inhale, fill the earth with light. Hold and raise the hand up above the head. I have a low ceiling, so I'm not going to go up much further than this, but if you have a high ceiling and can, raise your arm all the way up. Extend it straight up above your head. As you exhale, circulating the light, releasing it into the tornado, and seeing it extend all the way up to the stars. And it begins drawing in the light of the stars, pulling it into your vortex of energy, into this tornado. See and feel that brightness pulled into the tornado of energy. Inhale, fill the earth with light. Hold, and bring the hand back down to forehead level. Exhale, releasing that light into the tornado. Inhale, filling the earth with light. Hold, bring the hand back down to throat level. Exhale, releasing the energy. Inhale, fill the earth with light. Hold, bring the hand back down to chest level. Continue circulating it as you exhale, releasing that light into the tornado, seeing it glow even more brightly. Inhale, fill the earth with light. Hold, and bring your hand back down to the hara level, back down to belly button level. As you exhale, releasing the energy into the tornado of light, seeing it shine brightly, spin quickly, and then bring your hand in to your belly button. And as you inhale, pull all of that light of the tornado and of the stars into your hara. Hold, and exhale, the air goes out, but all of the light and all of the energy stays in. And that's that exercise. That's 3 Qigong exercises that you can do every day, require absolutely no athletic ability whatsoever, but will greatly enhance your magical practice. And we're going to practice 2 kicks this morning. The first kick, like normally in whatever kind of martial art it's in, whether it's from boxing or karate or kung fu, whatever it is, you're always going to start with your left foot in the front and your right foot slightly behind you. You can see my feet, left foot in front of you, right foot slightly behind you. So most of the time when people first start learning to kick, and when people first think of kick, what they usually think of is kicking with the back leg. Just raising that back leg up, snapping it out, and putting it back down behind you. What we're going to do is kick with the front leg. The reason for that is it increases and builds your, what are they called? Your fast twitch muscle fibers. It makes you faster. One of the reasons it makes you faster is not only because you're working the nerves and the muscles and the tendons and everything else in your leg, but you're basically carving pathways in your brain from doing the same movement over and over and over, so that they become deeply ingrained in you to the point of reflex. So you're working on your mind even while you're working on your leg. And this is not like a super powerful kick. Don't try to hurt yourself doing it too hard or whatever. Like if you were going to use this in a practical way, basically the point of this kick would be to keep someone away from you, to keep them from getting too close to you. Like every time they close in, if they're going to hit you, you basically say, get away from them, get back. That's what you're doing. But one of the other things, in addition to the fast twitch muscle fibers and changing the way your brain is wired, you're getting that chi into your hips, your knees, and your ankles whenever you're doing this. Do it gently. You don't have to be a super kicker. You don't have to hurt yourself. You don't have to try to get your leg up super high. We are just going to very gently and easily do this 10 times. Every time you're going to put your foot back down on the floor before you raise it again. When you raise it, you're going to raise your leg. And this is called a chamber. Like when you raise your knee like this is called having your leg chambered. Second part of the kick is just extending the front out. You're kicking with the ball of your foot. Pull your toes back. Whenever you do it, it's just going to look like this. So we're going to do this 10 times with this leg. Get in this position. Left leg in the front, right leg in the back. Get ready. Hold your hands up. I just do this out of reflex now just because you're always told never drop your hands, always protect your face. But you see, what we're doing here has nothing to do with fighting whatsoever. That's just reflex for me. But this is all about physical health, brain activity, all of that. If you never use this stuff in an actual fighting situation in your entire life, you are still going to get tremendous benefit out of doing this. So let's do this 10 times with our front leg. Get ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then switch legs. Left leg in the back. Now your right leg is in the front. You're going to do the exact same thing 10 times with this leg. You'll find that one of your legs is going to be faster, stronger, and allow you to have more balance than the other. You want to rectify that over time. That's why we practice both sides, the union of opposites. You want everything, a coherent whole. You don't want to be imbalanced. A huge part of this practice, if you can, as above, so below, as within, so without, if you can balance your body, you'll balance your mind. You'll balance your emotions. So get ready, 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Simple, easy. You don't have to be super athletic to do this. Do this 3 times a day. Once in the morning when you get up, once in the middle of the day, even if you work in an office job, sitting at a desk all day, during your lunch hour, get up and do this. Do it once again at the end of the day. You'll notice as the day progresses, you get looser. But also, as you do this over time, like when you've done this for, say 2 weeks, if you do this every day, 3 times a day for 2 weeks, you're going to notice a tremendous amount of difference in your flexibility and speed and your ability to keep your balance, even in just 2 weeks. Second one we're going to do is a jumping front kick. This is the front kick, or this is the front kick. Jumping front kick, what you're going to do, your left foot is in the front, right foot is in the back, and you are going to do exactly what it says do. You're going to jump and use the momentum of your jump to add to the strength of the leg you're kicking with. This will look exactly like if you've ever seen the original Karate Kid movie, whenever Daniel does that crane kick thing. That's what this is. It's a jumping front kick. The only difference is we don't hold our arms like that. That doesn't make any sense in reality. They keep them here. But it's going to look, you're going to raise the back leg. Back leg comes up. The higher you get your back leg up, the higher you can get your knee, the higher you're going to jump. I can't do it too high because you can see my ceiling is very low down here. Don't want to hit the ceiling. But I'll do a short one so you can see what it looks like. So you bring this leg up, and as you put it down, you're thrusting yourself off the ground with this leg. Bringing it up, kicking out. Bringing it up, kicking out. And that's slow, doing it like this. Do that until you get the hang of the mechanics of it. But the more you do it, you want to get to the point where you can do it almost as one fluid motion, where it all goes together and there's no lag in between. But once again, whatever you can do is whatever you can do. You build on that. You get better as time goes by. The reason for doing this is, number one, it works your calf muscles, which are a huge part of what allows us to keep our balance as we get older. A lot of you keeping your balance comes from the muscles in your feet and the muscles in your calves making tiny shifts, compensating all the time for movement. The healthier and more vital those muscles are in your feet and your calves, the better you're going to be able to maintain your balance as you age. Doing this stuff is like the fountain of youth. It is going to keep you younger longer. So once again, the reason I'm talking about that is because even if you never use this stuff in a practical way, or not only practical, but if you never use this stuff in like a fighting situation in your entire life, this stuff is still vitally important for those reasons. So what we're going to do is we're going to do 5. Let's start with 5. If you're healthier, if you feel comfortable doing this throughout the day, do it 10. Do it 10 with each leg. We're going to do it 5 times with each leg. So get ready. Left foot forward, right foot back. Hands up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It also helps if you find yourself wobbling and you can't keep your balance. Picture someone in front of you and picture that you're kicking them. It could be in the stomach or the chest or the knee, if that's how high you can get your foot up. Doesn't matter what body part. Just visualize that there's a person in front of you and you're making contact with that person. Now let's do the other side. Right foot forward, left foot back. Exact same motion, exact same movement. Once again, you're going to see that one part of your body is stronger, faster, and more balanced than the other. When you do these, you're going to tell the difference in your body. You want to train both sides so that that difference no longer exists. Right foot forward, left foot back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's it. So the stuff that we've been doing here, 3 times a day. If you do this 3 times a day, you're going to tell a big difference in your physical health, in your stamina, in your mobility, all of these things. You're working on all of this stuff. Didn't mean to keep y'all on here this long. I was only going to do this for 30 minutes, but we went a little long. I hope y'all got something out of this, something that you will enjoy doing, because the exercise that you do the most is going to be what you enjoy the most. If you hate doing something, you're eventually going to stop doing it. That's one of the reasons I like doing martial arts, is because it's fun. For me, there's something about it that's almost like, bringing the innocence and joy of childhood back. I do other things, I lift weights or whatever, but I don't enjoy any of that the way that I enjoy doing this. So hopefully this kind of lights you up and, excites you and brings a little more fun into your day. All right, guys, have a good day. Do this twice more before you go to bed tonight. Go through all these exercises, and we will talk again in a couple of days. Be good, and see you soon.